Hey everyone, Supersonic Stacker here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at some of my favorite places to buy silver and gold and other precious metals online. And I think the way to start this video out is just to kind of take first a quick look at how I go about doing my my initial analysis before I jump into any purchasing. I always start by looking at what the spot price is within silver or gold or any precious metal. And so uh, little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. This is just a guy with some insights and some wisdom about precious metals and stacking that I'm sharing here with you. So that said, let's move on. So this is TradingView. I don't know if any of you have seen this before. A lot of professional traders like to use it, but I like to come here because I can see a nice interactive history and draw some lines on here if I need to for both gold and silver's spot price. So it's very informative. So you see here, if I move past the ad, you can see 11 was a really high year. I think it was like 49 bucks an ounce. And you go here, it's now down to 21. This is like a really good time. You're picking some silver up. At one point, very briefly, it dropped down super low, and this was back in 2020. So if you were picking up silver back then, whew, good on you. But clearly it shot up here, then it kind of came down a little bit, and now it's starting to come back up. And there's some very good reasons for this, which many of the other YouTubers are talking about. And maybe I'll post a video about this at some point. But for right now, you can see this is how I can look at and see kind of what the market's doing. And if you're, a chartist, you can kind of use this to kind of get some trends, whether it's going down, are we in a bear market, are we in a bull market? This is very useful, and this is definitely a place where I recommend as your first stop when you're going to, look into making a significant purchase. Is it possible that you get a little bit better price, in another week or so? That's not a guarantee, but like, can you expect something like this? Well, if you're really good at charts, yes, you can, but for the most part, you can kind of see where the trends are at. So anyway, that's just to hear. That's a baseline for this conversation. Once you have a sense of whether or not now's a good time for you to be buying either gold or silver, and that's again why I brought you here to first, then you can go doing your shopping online with a little bit more savvy, a little bit more insight. And so let me show you a few of my favorite places. Okay, so the first place I like to go to is APMEX. Now their website's okay. Actually, you can navigate it pretty well once you get familiar with the layout. They've got their brands listed here. I maybe would have done it a little differently, but it's just a lot of information. But their mobile app, especially for the iPhone, is amazing. So highly recommend, if you have an iPhone, do yourself a favor and get the app for APMEX. AppMex, get the app. It allows you to search for some coins, and you can find some really cool stuff that maybe you didn't even know about. But it's a really cool app, and I use it quite a bit. But I don't always shop from here. Their prices, and that's the first rule about doing any online shopping, is that you don't just use one app, or one online reseller. You use whichever is giving you the best price. So APMEX is where I typically start, but the other dealer that I like to work with is SD Bullion. And if you're looking for a company with just like solid, strong ethics, you can't beat SD Bullion. They are top dog. Typically it's doc deals here. Cyber Week, as of the filming and recording of this, you can find some really amazing deals on silver and gold. I mean, this is a great place to find good bit. And that's the other thing too. Always start with the deals. Like when you're shopping for picking up some precious metals, always start here, because you're going to find the best deals here. And if you just so happen to find it on the day you're looking for something, like if you were looking for this Britannia, you could have had it at whatever deal that was. So it's a good place to start. The SD Bullion is a really cool site. And then the next place that if you're looking to do something like maybe larger orders, I could be butchering this, but if you're looking to do larger orders of like, $1,000 plus, you should maybe check out Miles Franklin. Silver Slayer and has huge proponent of Miles Franklin, and then the company's been around for a number of years. Andy Schechtman is the CEO, I believe, of this company, and he does a lot of YouTube content on just kind of the market status of silver and precious metals and whatnot. So he's fantastically insightful. Highly recommend checking out some of his videos, especially on Liberty Finance's channel. Amazing content. So, but that being said, this is a great place to consider as well, especially if you're looking to do some kind of, you're wanting to work with somebody like one-on-one. Anyway, so those are kind of like my 3 go-to places. However, one of the places that I feel gets kind of just dumped on quite a bit, especially by the YouTubers, is eBay. Now, maybe it's because maybe they had just some bad experiences in the past, or maybe they had a seller who really was just, a dirtbag, or, just wasn't very nice and, didn't handle them appropriately, or maybe they sent them a bar that really was fake and then didn't make it right. That is, you want to work with sellers who do the right thing always. And you can find them and you can build relationships with them on eBay. And that's been my experience with eBay. So if you can establish that sort of experience and that rhythm on eBay, you can actually find some deals that beat the market. And I'm going to show you an example. So Scottsdale Silver, okay, is one of my favorites. And I'm particularly fond of their 10-ounce stackers. I think these are really cool. They got a really neat back, kind of polished back, and they've got that little impression in the middle. They've got a serial number, which I think is just kind of cool. But the biggest thing is they stack. They've got this like stacking edge, so if you want to just stack them up straight, you can. Pretty neat. I like this. So here, they go out of stock quite often just because people like to buy them up. So I'm not the only one who likes to buy these. So having them in supply can be an issue for some of these resellers. And that's the other thing too, is that, between like C Bullion, APMEX, Miles Franklin, or whoever you're shopping from, inventory is an issue. And that's the nature of the beast, especially when there's high demand. But that doesn't mean you can't find these things if you get creative. And this is what actually got me looking at eBay more seriously, is because I was looking for this, and at the time it was completely out of stock. So I ended up over at eBay and I typed in Scottsdale Silver, and behold, I found the 10-ounce stacker I was looking for, but the price was significantly better. Now, I was like curious why that was. Well, then I started looking closer, and it turns out that you can actually visit Scottsdale Silver's eBay store. And, oh, that's an ad. There we go. Here's their eBay store. And there you can buy the stuff effectively directly from Scottsdale Mint. There you can see they're highly rated. They've got over 550,000 items sold. They've got 25,000 followers. I mean, it's legit. You can't get more legit on eBay. This is a solid way to go. So if you're looking to purchase silver or gold or precious metals, if you know the name of the dealer, or the mint, if it's like a kind of an off mint, not like say the Royal Canadian. I think the Royal Canadian Mint's on here too, but if you want to buy it directly from the mint, you can do that. And eBay can be a fantastic way of doing that. So just something to consider. I wouldn't necessarily dismiss eBay. Obviously, you got to be careful. You don't want to just buy anything from anybody. It's like this could be a completely legitimate 10-ounce bar. Totally could be. It could also be something made out of tungsten and it's covered in silver, or something that looks like silver. I don't know unless it's been verified. And that's the thing that you want to do, is you want to do your due diligence and make sure that the seller has done their due diligence as well. And if they have, then, and you feel like you trust them, then by all means go for it. And when you get your bar in the mail, check it. Take it to your local coin shop if you don't have the materials, but check it when you get it and just make sure that it was authentic. Because if it is, then hey, you got a good deal. Way to go. But that's just, that is the risk of buying stuff that's on eBay that's from a non-authenticated source, is that you're basically going off of trust. And if you can't establish trust, it ain't worth it. So that's my 2 cents. And again, I call myself the supersonic stacker because my objective is to stack as quickly as possible. And hopefully these strategies will help you in your quest to stack precious metals as quickly as possible as well. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like. Helps the algorithm know that this video is something that somebody else might want to see as well. And subscribe to the channel too, because I'll be posting more stuff like this in the future. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. I really appreciate everything, and we'll talk again soon. Meantime, keep on stacking.